right, before we go into taking the exam with the Honorlock, I want to point out that I have with me my identification, my calculator, my reference or note sheet, piece of scrap paper, pen and pencil. I don't have my phone with me. I'm not wearing a smartwatch. My phone can be in the other room if I need to hear an alert, anything like that. Just don't have it in the room with you. So to begin Honorlock, we go to Learning Technologies, click Honorlock. It will install the extension. You have to agree and add it. After you do this once, you won't have to do it again unless you remove it from Chrome, which I'll show you how to do at the end if you want. Okay, after it's installed, we now come to this screen. I just want to point out, if I go to Honorlock and the extension's already installed, then I just go straight here. So I can click Launch to start the Honorlock session. Agree. Run a system check, but it's not required. It's helpful though. You can read through the guidelines, what's allowed and not allowed, the websites, and the authentication that we're going to be doing. First, it's letting me know about Browser Guard, that I'm not going to be able to open browser tabs during my assessment. Then some privacy information. Then just taking a picture. Then I have to verify my ID, so I'll use my webcam and just get my ID right there. Trying to get a nice second. That wasn't great, but good enough. Click continue. As long as it hears me, then this continue button will be enabled. Next is to scan my work area. Now I'm going to click Start Room Scan. And essentially what I'm doing is making sure that I have my entire work area scanned. So I have my calculator and my mouse. I have the area I'm using to work in. Over here, I have my reference sheet and my scrap paper. And then once I'm done with that, I can just click I'm done. And then it shows me a replay of it that I can watch if I want, letting me know that my screen is going to be recorded. I have to choose my screen here to share. And now once I do that, I have this tile just reminding me that this tile is going to stay there throughout the entire test, that I am sharing my screen. Now what I have to do is navigate to the assessment. I can do that by clicking New Tab here, or I can click this Open Site. Actually, now that I'm looking up top, I do want to point out that this tab here is the Honorlock. If I come here or here, this is just other places I'm working. This is the Honorlock tab if you ever want to try to get back to it. Okay, so I could come here, open up a new tab, and navigate to Lumen. But I also can just click that. It takes me right there. Actually, let me log out and log back in as a student. Okay, and here, try to get into my course. I can't because of this Honorlock window. So I'm just going to move it out of the way. Whenever you find that this is in the way, just move it. You could also, by the way, minimize it and bring it back up again. Okay. So I'll go into my course and navigate to the assessment. Whether you click it here or down here, doesn't really matter. Just open up the exam. Okay, once you're on the screen that requires the password, you're going to click I have found my assessment, and the unlock assessment is going to put the password into the password box. Okay, once that password's in the password box, we can click start. And now we are in the demo exam. So I can answer some questions. These aren't really all that difficult. I don't want to save the password here. Okay, actually one thing, this just popped up. I think because I clicked that window about not saving the password. I do want to point out that if I try to navigate while I'm taking the exam to another tab, I'm not allowed to access really any other site. So I can have this Honorlock demo exam. This is really the Lumen exam. the Honor Lock tab, My Brightspace, and then this main one. We want to keep this tab open. Don't close this. All right, so just keep that in mind. You can't go to any other windows. Put these in, and now you can put in whatever you want. Okay, and then when I'm on the last question, and you navigate through these the way you would a regular test, you can submit. Click OK. All right, so now the test is over. You'll get your grade immediately. You'll be able to review what you got right and wrong. You can't bring this review up again until after the window has closed to take the exam, but you can review it right after. Okay, so now the exam is over, and what I want to do is exit Honorlock. So down here is the Honorlock task pane. I do just want to point out if I needed support, I can do that. If this kind of task pane is in my way during the exam, I can minimize it and maximize it back up again. So there's some things that you can do with this Honorlock task. But once I'm done, now I can exit Honorlock. I click OK. All right, we can, fill out the survey, or we can skip it, whatever you want to do. All right, so now we're done with the exam. If you want, you can uninstall Honorlock. This is in Chrome. This is the extensions icon. You can come here. Let's see, why can't I? There we go. And I can click on these three dots, and I can remove Honorlock from Chrome if I want. You don't have to, but you can remove it. And if you remove it, then the next time you go in, you'll have to install it again. Obviously don't remove it after the demo test. If you want, don't even remove it after the midterm, because the final is 2 weeks later, or potentially, it depends on what class you're in. It could be 7 weeks later, and then maybe you do want to remove it. That's up to you. All right, but that's taking the exam. Close out all these tabs. We're now done. And if you have any questions, as always, you just email me.